Camila Cabello. Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Oh, thriving. You are. You're thriving. What? It's all about you. What's good?
Oh my god! Wait, I wasn't paying attention for a second. I just realized your voice, Zachers.
Oh my God. Hi. Yeah, it's Zach Sang. And Dan's
Yeah,
here too.
I just realized it was you. I didn't know who it was, and then I was like, oh yeah, I know this guy. How are you?
I'm so sorry. I'm doing great, but really, congratulations on release day. Not just one record out today, but you got two. What's going on?
Thank you, man.
It's
wild.
What's
going on? Absolutely fucking everything. I'm so happy. I'm really happy today. I'm enjoying it.
First, why two records? Why did you feel like you needed to put two out into the world at once?
I always do, and I've always done that. I mean, I did it with I Have Questions and Ron in the Club. I did it with Havana and Omg, and I think I'm just always going to do that. I think that, honestly, there's a lot of different sides to that answer. One, to be totally honest, I think it's too much pressure for, when I haven't released an album in, a year and a half to just put out one song. I just feel like that's a bit much for me. I don't
get
like it.
Because it shares people's ears, right? They're not just judging one. They now have the ability to judge two, or they can listen to two at once. I totally understand that. I get that.
But I think that I'm also, the kind of artist that I know for sure, it's having songs in context, and that's why I was I put visuals with my songs and the context of the album, and because I'm not really a drop one single kind of gal. I feel like I'm more I want to put out more music, more visuals, more stuff, because I just feel like then it makes you appreciate the one song more because you have context.
I totally get that.
You know what I mean?
Well,
if I just put out Shameless, I just put out Liar, I don't like that. I don't like it. I want them to have two, and honestly, even just putting out two, kind of drives me crazy. I'm I want to put the whole album out. I want to put it out.
Because all the songs are kind of connected. That's the one thing I was able to understand through Shameless and Liar, whether it was through, mainly for me, it came through the visuals, right? But then obviously the stories, when you go deep into them, they do connect. But because you say context, right?
Same thing.
Yeah, the songs are all connected.
Totally. And that's why I was which two songs am I going to release? Because there's other songs, I could have put out Shameless and another song, or Liar, another song, but they're about totally different things. And then I just feel like that makes it connect to people less. These two songs are the same story. It's just two different sides to it. You know what I mean? If I put out a breakup song and a song about being totally in love, I don't know. I just like that both of these songs it's the same story.
But two,
and I'm
two
very
sides,
I just enjoy a theme and context. So I think that's why I put out two songs.
Well, I say thank you because it does give us the proper context to kind of understand. And just out of curiosity, while working on this album, was Shameless or Liar one of the first records done for it?
No, the last, actually.
Really? Well, Shameless and Liar...
Yeah, it was I've written that. I think that there's Liar, Shameless, and another song. And those were the last songs I wrote for this album.
Why did they feel like the ones that should come
and
first?
Who knows? I think because I'm I'm not a super objective person when it comes to releasing music. I just kind of am which ones do I want to put out? And I think that what I want to put out is always what I'm more emotionally connected to. And if I put out a song that maybe I think is really good, but it's I've moved on from that emotionally, I just don't want to put it out as much. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally get
I think because it's the last songs that I wrote for it, I'm just oh yeah, this is about my life right now, and that just makes me more excited. And then I'm oh, I want to put these out.
I totally get it because it's relevant to your now. It's your reality. It's your present.
Exactly.
So you're living in the now. You were about to say something before I cut you off. Are you not done creating records for this album, or are you done?
I mean, I have an album, but I think I'm I have it. I have all of the songs for it. It's not I'm oh, I don't think it needs anything, but I think I'm always writing because I'm always inspired. Like I'm a writer, and it happens to me compulsively where like right after I'm done with a project, like when I put stuff out is when I feel like I'm eager to make something because I'm just like, okay, that's out. That's not mine anymore. You know what I mean? And then I'm like even yesterday when these songs are about to come out, I'm like, what's the next song that I could make? What's like, and I'm like writing lyrics. It happened to me in my last album too. Literally the day that it was out, I was like writing lyrics and writing concepts for the next thing. I think it makes me feel better for some reason. I don't like feeling like I make an album and then I wait. And then I just don't like that. I like to constantly be making and wanting to create,
You said something about like once you put it out, then it's like somebody else's, like you give it away. Do you feel that? Like,
yeah, totally.
Like your connection to Shameless.
I do.
Does it still exist, or now is it not yours and it's everybody else's but you?
No, it's like of course I'm gonna feel super connected to it, like especially when I'm performing it live, like that's gonna like give me a whole new level of connection to the songs. But it's definitely like it's almost like there's no work to be done on this anymore. Like I surrender it to everybody else. Like now I have to move on to making something else because there's nothing left to do. It's been made. It's out of my hands. It's almost like you bake a cake and then it's like, well, it's done. So now
you need another cake.
There's you know what I mean? Like everything, I've already done everything to that cake. So I have to give it away now.
I feel like Shameless must have been a really unique record. Just reading, just based on one, the lyrics, they're beautiful and they're deep and they seem hella personal and very real. But also seeing who was in the room. It was a very small room to craft that record. I mean,
yeah.
Was that a healing song for you, or like what was it once it was done?
It was because I think that Shameless was like one of the. Sorry. Are you okay?
I know you got to go soon.
Okay. I think that. Sorry, I was talking to my mom. I think that Shameless was one of those songs where, like, I was just so in it emotionally. Like, I didn't even, I think that there's like a moment. Like, there's moments. I think for every artist where you're like writing an album and you really want the songs to be good. You're like, what kind of song can I make today? What can I? And you're like trying really, really hard. And then let's say you go to a party the night before and you like have this amazing experience with someone, and the next day that you go into the studio, your focus isn't really like on writing the best song. It's like on the experience of that night, and that makes the song actually better because you're not really trying to make a great song. You're just so actually wrapped up in the experience of what the song is about that you actually just are not trying. Like you just like black out. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And I think that,
but you're around people who you trust, so you share everything.
Totally. But I think Shameless was that for me, where it was like I was on such an emotional peak that I just was not self-conscious at all. I was just like, I don't even care. I'm just like, I'm like high off of this feeling. And I think that that's why it was so easy. It was like so easy to write because I wasn't thinking, I wasn't trying. I was just a feeling,
That must be a scary record to release if you're like in this emotional blackout and all you do is feel in the studio and, live. And then once it's done, like, I don't know, no fear putting that out into the public because it is so deeply personal.
No, I'm not really like that. Like, people are like, were you afraid of putting this song out because it's so personal? I think, like, unless I'm putting out a song that would hurt someone, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I never get what people mean by that because it doesn't, for me, putting stuff that's super personal makes me feel like I'm just being more myself, and that makes me feel fulfilled. Like, that's all I want is to, like, be the most myself and to say the truth, and I love being personal. I always want to be the most personal I can be. The only time where I wouldn't put out a song if it was too personal was if I felt like I was hurting someone. You know what I mean?
I totally understand that. And the biggest thing you just said was the T word. It's truth. Like you're living your truth. You're living honestly.
Yeah.
And it, come on, like
Totally.
that's what makes great art. And that's what makes people connect to great art and feel and understand and be able to see themselves in a great piece of art is when it's motivated by honesty. Love.
Yes, exactly.
You're the best. You really are beyond a class act. Tell your mom I say hi.
I will. I hope everything is good with you.
Dude, life is great over here, and I hope to see you soon, dude. Thank you for this. And
Hell yeah. Me too.
Love ya. Have a kick-ass day.
Love ya.
And yeah.
Woo!
Woo! Kick ass, dude. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.